What's up guys, Ben from Living Survival, and today I got a gauntlet review for you. I got the Quickhatch Trapper, so stick with me. So today I have a knife from Quickhatch Knives. This is their Trapper model. It's a beast of a knife. It's basically like the Bushcraft version of a BK2. So it's got a 4 3/4 inch blade, 01 tool steel with a saber grind. It's got that 3/16 of an inch width there and a very stout tip. So I imagine this blade is going to be able to take some abuse. 5-inch walnut scales, beautiful walnut scales with a little bit of a flare there at the end, which is nice. A little bit of a half finger trail here in the front, and it really fits my hand well. It actually could also be used by someone with even bigger hands than me. I could definitely see this working well for somebody that wants a nice large grip. It's a very good looking knife. 2 pins there, nice large size lanyard hole. Nothing bugs me more than when they put a small lanyard hole. It did come with a leather lanyard, however it was braided, and so I just pulled it off and replaced it with some orange paracord. Not only high vis if I drop it in the woods, but I also wanted to be able to put my hand through and then choke back on the knife and see how well it chops. So I've got some really nice dry hardwood here, so let's see how well it batons. Now, thick blades like this aren't the easiest to get started, especially in hardwood, but once you get in there, it splits really, really well. So as you can see, it's really taken some fine shavings, which is nice. Let me try it without gloves. Really no hot spots with the gloves, but let me try it without the gloves. A little knot right there. Yeah, I mean, it really feels good with or without the gloves. And I really don't feel it slipping at all in my hand. So both ways works for me. So again, with feather sticking, that saber grind doesn't cut into the wood that easily, but once you get it going, you can really produce some nice feathers. With that sharp 90-degree spine, we should be able to throw some sparks. You can also use that 90-degree spine to scrape some fine tinder. Now, it's not likely you're going to have to cut down any trees with a knife this size, but if it was the only tool you had and there wasn't any deadfall like there is in this woods, it's everywhere, I would never have to cut down a tree. But if you did, I want to see how well this knife would perform when chopping. I really don't have to worry about hurting the blade. I mean, you really can twist and pry with this knife, it seems like. Now, all knives can break, but one thing you probably don't have to worry too much about on this Quickhatch Trapper is the tip breaking on you. This is some very hard wood here. It's got a very stout tip. And with that 01 tool steel and that saber grind, and being 3/16 inches thick, you're gonna have no problems with the tip. We can take a closer look here at the blade after all that, and there's not a single nick in the blade or the tip. Alright guys, so as you can see, the Quickhatch Trapper is a very capable blade for your bushcraft tasks. Like I said, the handle works well with or without gloves on. Somebody with big hands would really like this knife. Somebody that likes a big, stout blade would really enjoy this knife. You know, the closest thing that I can compare it to would be like a Becker BK2. It's a tank just like the BK2. I'm not worried about the tip breaking. I'm certainly not worried about the edge. You know, after pounding through and chopping on some wood, the edge held up great. It seems to be fairly easy to sharpen. And so overall, I really like this knife. I think it would make a great you know, addition to anyone's bushcraft tool set. The leather lanyard wasn't for me just because it was braided, and I prefer something with a loop on it so that if I had to, I can just put my hand through and use the rear of the blade to chop. It does have that nice sweep at the end of the blade there, or the flare at the end of the blade there, which does make it nice for choking back on the blade if you needed to, you know, chop some small branches or trees. It did come with a Kydex sheath and it fits the knife pretty well. It has a ferrocerium loop on it. The only thing I don't like about the Kydex sheath, which pretty much makes it unusable for me, is this retention system here. You know, I can put the knife on my belt, but going to draw the knife, it just pulls the whole sheath right off the belt. So, you know, I'd prefer if he made like a little loop there at the end so that it would, you know, actually retain on your belt when you go to pull the knife. It does have a pretty snug fit. You can see here that it does have a nice fit. It's not going to fall out or anything like that, but again, he would need to put a better loop there or something like that so that I could keep it on my belt and be able to pull it out, since it is relatively hard to pull it out of the Kydex. It does have a nice snug fit. So if you like robust bushcraft knives, definitely check out the Quickhatch Trapper. I'm going to leave some links to his website below where you can check out not only the Trapper but some other models that he makes as well, and some more information and specs on his company and his knives. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you leave me some comments below. I do try to answer every single comment that is posted on my videos. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe for more videos.